Hello traders, I wanted to do a very special update on ADA Cardano today because once again it has made new all-time highs after spending a few weeks consolidating. We have broken out and we are moving up again on this chart. So first of all, I do want to cover the US dollar chart. I'm going to do this both in log and linear analysis, and we can start to have a look at targets again of where this might be going. So first of all, let's take a look on the log scale and let's just have a look at some of the things, the interesting things that did happen, okay? So when we had this previous all-time high that we got earlier on in the year, you can see initially we were working away at this 2018 all-time high before we had a big move up out of that. And what happened at this point is we came right into, on the US dollar chart, and this is even more interesting on the BTC pair, as we came right into our 1.618 from our first corrective move, from our all-time low to our first corrective move within this bull run on this, okay? So we came into that 618, we got this correction down, and we held support at this weekly level, okay? So if we zoom in a little bit more onto this, we can see here how we started to put in this range between our weekly and our previous 2018 all-time high, with this big deviation coming up into our 1.618, whoops, our 1.618, falling back into the range, and again confirming this support on this weekly level before getting a really nice move up out of this and again towards the top of this range here. Now we're still at that 1.618, okay, so this is, you have to be aware of that. We are at this resistance on this chart at the moment, and that is a level still of resistance here, okay? So this is looking on the log chart, all right, on this. Now the other interesting thing we do have, we can move this onto linear, and we can start to have a look at maybe the kind of the moves that we may see out of this in the coming few days if this uptrend does continue, okay? So what we need to be looking at now, because we're not looking like macro multi-year stuff, take it down onto the linear chart and start to have a look at this, is we do have a few levels to be aware of here as well. So if we're taking this as our range and we do a pull, fib pull from here, and we start to look at our expansions, we have our 1.272 coming in around $2.86, and then we have this big area just above $3 here. Now $3 was the area that I was looking for Cardano to get to for the end of this bull run. That's the area that I personally was like, okay, I'm happy to sell this. That seems a pretty good level to me. But we do have this very interesting area just further up ahead here as well. So what we're looking at now is, again, we have our 1.618 up here from our high to our low here. So if we do this pull, then we do get our 1.618 coming in around that $3.36 level. And what we also have is this other 1-to-1, which again, on a linear time frame, will be our all-time low to our previous all-time high. That does give our 1-to-1 coming in on the linear scale of this $3.40 area as well on here. So levels to be aware of to the upside. Now, of course, this is if we do break out and start to go on a blue sky breakout again on here. These are the, basically all you can do is do this fib analysis and start to have a look at it that way. So yeah, very significant levels to be aware of. Again, you can take this into log and we can start to get these similar fib levels off of here as well. But then we're starting to look like crazy high, which just maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But in my opinion, just not quite that realistic to be looking at when we start to look at the bigger picture. I do take it back down into linear and then start to see a log if there's some other trends going on here. Maybe this starts to form a fib channel or something that we can start to look at as well. So yeah, I also want to come and have a look at the BTC pair, okay, because this is even more interesting to me, okay? So where price came into, and this is why I initially sold a big portion of my ADA Cardano, when we did come into this macro golden pocket region, okay? So this whole area highlighted in orange is big resistance, and we were aware of that as price came into it all the way back in May. I do have a video on this. I was saying you need to be taking profit at this point, and what we had is a really big correction out of this on the BTC pair. So we're still here, okay? So again, we're looking at log because this is a big macro move that we're talking about here. We have our previous all-time high on the Bitcoin pair down to our lows, and then we have this golden pocket region here. And what we so often see is price coming into our 618, getting a retrace, then coming into our 666 before a larger correction or the end of the move on this occasion. On top of that, we do have our 0.618 of our move from these lows to these highs. So let me zoom in a little bit. If we go from lows down here, highs down to our lows again here, this does give us our 0.618 coming in right at this level, and then we do have our 1-to-1 and our coming in just above. And once again, very similar to what we have on the US dollar chart, is if we go from our low here to our high to our low of this first initial move of the bull run, we are coming into our 1.618 above. So we came into the 1-to-1 area. We can see on this occasion how this was acting as resistance alongside this golden pocket. And again, you can see all these fib levels kind of working together, lining up quite nicely, that we're at this point again with our 618. So we had our 1-to-1 plus our, sorry, I hope everyone's following. We had our 1-to-1 of our initial move plus our macro golden pocket 618 coming in here. We've moved up. Now we're getting our more recent 0.618 with our kind of higher level of this golden pocket, the 666, right where we are now. Then we have a weekly level. Okay, nice and easy. And then above us, we have this 7,000 sats area, which is giving us our more recent 1-to-1. So low, high, low. Okay, coming up at 7,000 sats plus our 1.618 of low, high, low coming in again just above that level. So big levels to be aware of. Okay, if we do break through this and we start to hold above this area, I would be looking for 7,000 sats as our next resistance zone. However, of course, this is a resistance area that we're in right now, so I would not be looking to get overexposed into long positions. This is certainly a take profit if you are in a Cardano position. If you were buying this weekly level or the nice kind of support that we did have down here, if you were buying this is certainly a take profit level, but there are levels to, again, to the upside to be aware of. So yeah, linear is not so much of a big deal for me on this. I've been doing all of my analysis on Cardano in log, and yeah, I think it's been working quite nicely. There's some other stuff that you can do on this as well. So if we do start to hide our charts, I'm just going to let's have a bit of fun as we're doing this. Let's start to have a look at what else we can do on this chart. Okay, so let's remove all of this noise and see if we have something interesting here as well. So can we add a speed fan onto this? Yes, we can. Okay, so here's our speed fan. And again, going from our lows, let's turn the magnet on for this. Coming from our lows up to our highs. Okay, and we can see the support that this speed fan has been giving us. And this is again the 618 to the 666 on this speed fan, looking very nice. Very, very nice on this occasion. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty good. The other stuff that we can do on here is, again, we can, did I do this already? We can pull our fibs, we can add our expansions, and we can start to look at possible areas of resistance above us again here. So if I do just add the levels onto this, then let's take a look at our 1.272 coming in here at 5,640-ish. Our 1.618 coming in at 6,400-ish, and our 2 coming in just above that 7k area just here. So again, interesting stuff on here. We could also pull this back and start to have a look at if we did get anything interesting with these levels. We can add our 2.618, see if that lines up. You know, nothing particularly exciting on that occasion on here. But yeah, these levels as well to be aware of. What else could we do? Could we do anything else just before I end this video? I'm kind of ad-libbing it a little bit here. Let's put a pitchfork on here. Let's see what we can get if we go from our low down here To our highs, to our lows. Did it give us much? Nothing really. Again, we can probably go maybe something a little bit more like this. If we do start to flatten out this trend somewhat on this chart, we can then, yeah, start to see, possibly, you can see how the midpoint here was respected. So, yeah, you know what, possibly. I'm not one that uses pitchforks all that often, but yeah, we can just play around with the TA and start to add on. Whoa, that was not where I wanted to pull this from at all. You know, you get the idea. Yeah, so that's about everything on here that I did want to cover. I just wanted to go over the levels to be aware of to both the upside and, of course, the downside if we do start to retrace this, but more the levels to the upside. Okay, so if we do still see this blue sky breakout and we do continue this move higher, you've got to know where to take profit. So hopefully this has helped to understand where these take profit levels may be coming from. And yeah, I will do a little bit more analysis on this possibly later on today, and I'll update everyone on the stream later. But I did just want to put a little video out there just because of, well, just to say, well done, Cardano, breaking all-time highs. So yeah, thank you for watching. I will catch everyone later. Cheers, bye.